Hi, I'm Liu Qing, a student of Modular. Thanks for your time to watch my project's presentation video. My project's off-topic focuses on the Cognitive Impairment Group, a natural experimental game about prosopagnosia. At the Spring Art Exhibition, my touch designer projects on the art expression of deaf-mute people received a lot of attention and feedback. So in my graduation design, I hope to continue to focus on these special groups. I hope to help some groups that are ignored or managed by society through the project. Face blindness is not simply not being able to remember the faces. It's a long-term cognitive disorders that affect your ability to recognize people, build relationships, and even perform in daily life. So questionnaires, interviews with the patients, the experience of the celebrities, and relevant medical literature. I gained a more realistic understanding of it in the early stages. I want to start from the perspective of how game patient subjective perception to allow people to experience this cognitive difference that is difficult to imagine in daily life. The game is not just about explaining the face blindness, but through the immersive experience, it makes players realize when the world becomes blurry. How do you identify a person? When do you can't remember the faces? What does the relationship mean? So these projects are combine negative design, interaction design, and cognitive science, hoping to create a more intuitive and empathetic understanding between the players and the real patient. During the process, I mainly used Unity as a core engine of the game. Tile Designer was used for the real-time visual effects. The main effects of the Tile Designer are when the players select the wrong target task. Some negative effects related to Tile Designer will appear to increase the pressure of the player. In addition, Blender used for the modeling, and a lot of model software were used for the visual process of the video and the research information. Okay, now let's try playing the game together.
Okay, this is the plot scenes before the game officially starts. Players can familiarize themselves with the environment and learning the operation methods. Clicking on the crystals in the scenes will display the introduction content and gameplay of the game. After completion, a button will be targeted to enter the amusement park scenes. The task of this scenes is successfully find the girlfriend in the amusement park. At the beginning of the game, players will be provided with some text information, and they can choose the target based on the information. When players choose the wrong target, negative feedback will be triggered, and the screen in the scenes will be displayed on the touch designer effect. When players make 3 mistakes, a pop-up window will display new information to help players make a choice. This is set in company's annual meeting to find the goals. The gameplay of the scenes is similar to the previous ones. The visual effects of the game has been enhanced, and I have created a different touch designer rendering atmospheres. The game also provides players with new information after they make a wrong choice for 3 times. researching the last things in the room. This is no longer has a task mechanism. Clicking on different marks will trigger the content of the intra-research part of the game, allowing players to further understand and deepen the cognitive topics of the game. These researches include questionnaires, interviews, experience of celebrities, medical literature, psychological literature, and AI tools.
In the testing stage, I mainly asked two kinds of players to join: regular players and people with a prosopagnosia or similar problem. The core of this game is simulate face blindness, so the different experience between these two groups were very different to me. Let's talk about regular players' feedback first. Many of them said that it's harder than I thought when they played for the first time. It's especially true when characters look more alike and clues were hidden. They easily get confused, make mistakes, and even hesitate in front of those who had already played. For me, it was actually a good thing. It showed that the game successfully put them in a state where they couldn't recognize faces of the short of the time. At the same time, they also pay attention of the game something and guidance. For example, they asked the introduction were clear enough, and it's difficult to go too hard too fast. This option helped me to adjust the game process so that it runs more smoothly. The second group was people with prosopagnosia. Their feedback was much more helpful for me. They pointed out which part of the game really matched in their daily experience, and which part were realistic enough. For instance, some said the blurring effect was just like what they see in their real life. But others told me that the problem was just about seeing. Instead, they said, even thought I just saw the face, my brain couldn't remember it at all. This description helped me understand better. Face blindness is not just a visual problem. It's a mixed issue of our thinking, memory, and feelings. Besides what players said, I also watched their behaviors. I saw that they tried to find clues to tell characters apart. I noticed which parts they spent the most time, and when they were most likely to make mistakes. Some people didn't even look at the faces, others only related on clothes or the shape of the characters. This helped me check if any part didn't the game achieve the similarity effects I want. Overall, this test lets me understand different players' real experience better. It also provides that the game can indeed let players feel the cognitive challenge of the face blindness in a short time. What's more, it gave me more valuable ideas for the improving the game difficulties, enhance, and how the players in the future. In this Unity game simulating face blindness, my main goal was to present the experience of forgetting faces to the players in a more intuitive way. To achieve this, I incorporated mechanisms such as visual blurring, inference from similar individuals, and information omission, allowing the players to truly feel the difficulty in the recognition during the task. At the same time, I also add a little bit simple contextual design to let the players know why they need to identify people and what the significance of this choice is. After this project, I believe the next most important step is to further solidify the game's logic, making the interaction smoother and the content more interesting. Although the current visual can run, the gameplay is still not rich enough. I want to increase more rules, mechanism or feedback methods to make the players more engaging during the experience, and to allow them to more intuitively feel the challenges about the face blindness. Moreover, I have to realize that the current testing score is still too small. Therefore, I hope find more patients with prosopagnosia as well as ordinary players to participate in the trial play. the feedback from the different groups will definitely be very different. Only by incorporating this real and comprehensive operands can we more accurately adjust the game direction and making this work closer to the real experience. Overall, I hope through continuous iteration, this game can make further progress in terms of the playing ability and the emotion expression